What's up, and welcome back to another episode of InSights, the podcast built to help you with your recruitment and bidigital marketing. As always, I'm joined by Bialy Marketing's Director of Recruitment Marketing. He's Matt Lozar. Matt, how are we feeling this week, buddy?
We're feeling good, Brad. How are you?
Matt, I'm at war. I am undeniably at war with UPS, and I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Matt, I ordered a pair. I ordered a pair of shorts. They were in Buffalo 5 days ago. They've been on the truck for like 4 days, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I've seen the truck outside. I don't know what's going on.
Have you attempted to, when you see the truck, have you attempted to?
No, I'm not that desperate.
Okay, good.
They were a free pair of shorts. I did a survey for my Whoop band. They sent me some shorts. I'm excited about it. What is going on? Where
they're lost? They're lost on the truck, I guess.
Jeff
I don't know.
Bezos would never, absolutely never. If I ordered these shorts from Amazon, dude, they would have been here 6 days ago. It's just, it's outrageous what is happening right now.
You know what's interesting?
Talk to me.
If you didn't have the tracking, where would your headspace be on this? Like, if you didn't know,
it's because I know
the shorts were
you're right
driving around Buffalo for 6 days.
Like if they were stuck in Pennsylvania or whatever, it's a whole nother thing. But they got to Buffalo on the 11th. They moved to my house on the 11th. The 13th, the 14th, the 15th. Back, where are the shorts, Matt? Is the driver wearing the shorts? Is the tracker in his shorts? What is going on? It is outrageous. And Matt, I ran into this issue when I ordered shirts a little while ago. Anytime I don't buy something from Amazon, I am cursed. It takes months to get to me.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to say either, man. But honestly, it is the most ridiculous thing ever because, like you said, I can see the tracking. And I know that, like, right now, it is on the truck. The truck should be here by 2 o'clock. It's the same pattern. It's the same driving routine. The UPS truck's going to go by my house. He might wave and give me the finger and keep going at this rate. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I'm mad online about it, and I'm about to tweet something. I might do it. I don't know. Stranger things have happened.
There's a deeper thing about causing your own stress. Maybe you should send out your young little guy out there to say shorts.
It's just, it's outrageous, man. It's just so outrageous. I don't understand what is going on, but we can talk about what is happening here. I did a 3-week study with Whoop, and as a result of them just gathering my data and me filling out some questions, they gave me a free credit to their store. That ranged from anything from like a $15 band all the way to their most expensive pair of shorts. You know, for certain, I'm going to get the shorts.
Of course.
But I thought it was a cool thing. Very nice value add for me. I'm excited about it. Maybe there's a takeaway there for the listeners. If you're doing any sort of survey, make sure it's actually worth your audience's time. It was worth it for me because they did most of the work. To be honest, I wear the bracelet anyways. But you got to make sure the product shows up because I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting really, really, really frustrated, man. Matt, what's on your mind? Hey, softball tournament last time we spoke. Anybody reach out about what you should be doing at the ballpark?
No. Actually, no. I totally forgot about that, which means nobody did.
But people listened. I saw the numbers. So you all listened and you heard Matt's complaint and you heard Matt's concern, but not a single person said, hey, I have an idea.
Yeah, you know what Matt should have packed and he didn't, and it was in the back of his head.
What's that?
He didn't pack
Sunscreen.
it. No, the opposite, buddy. The golf rain gear.
Ooh, it was rainy last weekend, wasn't it?
It rained sideways and up and down, and it may have rained from the ground. So it was,
yeah,
it was wet. It was fine. We dried out, but it was a great time. The kids had fun, and yeah, I feel like it's a long list when you're spending some time at the ballpark, but there's much worse things to do. And I totally forgot about that. So there's your answer.
Man, I think I scolded our listeners last episode. And I said, if you've listened to, actually I listened back to it. If you listen to more than 3 episodes, you're legally obligated to give Matt an idea. Either no one's listened to more than 3 episodes, which I know is a lie because I see the data and I know people listen. Friends, what the heck? Our friend Matt has a challenge, and he just wants to know what to bring to his daughter's softball game. So think about it. Reach out to Matt on LinkedIn. Like I said, you're legally obligated. Matt, you want to get to the show?
Let's get to why people are here.
Matt, I think sales teams are getting desperate. And I say this thinking outside staffing and recruiting. I do have some insights I can share from staffing and recruiting, but I sent you a screenshot the other day, and I'm trying to scroll back through my text messages to you quickly because we talk quite a bit. And here's the text I got. Hey, Brad. Hey, Brad. EYYY. Hey, Brad. It's Kayla. Pump the brakes. I don't know you. Reaching out to see if you're in need of revenue growth. We have a multi-channel outbound lead and sales system, that was in quotes, that's allowed 126 service companies to create predictable lead flow to book and close 10 to 15 new clients in as little as 45 days. Open to learning how we can help you on a quick call? Didn't respond to that. Maybe 15 minutes later. Brad, just to give you context, we recently helped Raylan, an owner of a B2B company out in Arizona. We helped him identify his ideal target, review his offer, customize go-to-market strategy, which led to bringing $120K in 6 months. Do you think we can help now or in the future? Who the hell is this? Who texts people like this? This is, Matt, this is bad marketing. We talk rockstar marketing all the time. One, that's desperation. Two, don't, hey, it's Kayla me ever again. Three, she didn't even say the name of the company. Who are you? How did you get my information? Get out of here. I feel like I'm the old guy on the front lawn, like yelling to get off my lawn right now. But I feel like, and I have another example too that I can share in a second, but what was that? That was desperation is probably the best word.
Yeah.
It just seemed I don't know if devil's advocate's the right way. Let's play from where could this be coming from? They must have bought a list or got a list somehow, or you opted in somehow, somewhere into this without knowing. And they saw some B2B marketing, decision maker, whatever. And maybe they're just going straight for the throat and just not even content marketing, nurture marketing, relationship marketing, account-based marketing, anything. Yeah. It's just, I don't even know if it's marketing. Marketing, it could be, I guess, but it's a solicitation almost of, hey, Brad, do you need help with B2B? I'm here. And just a really awkward and obtrusive tactic. So one, helping 126 companies doesn't really sound like that much to me. So first off, you didn't woo me in the first sentence there, Kayla. Two, who are you? What company are you with? How do I know who you are? How did you get my information? First off, the fact that you have my information is turning me off in the first place. I can assure you, Matt, I did not give my phone number to any sort of marketing company to be solicited on the B2B side of things. I don't do that line of work. I have no reason to talk to these people. First, at Haley Marketing, we do all of our own marketing. So if I needed B2B leads, we would be talking about that at the marketing team level. We'd be talking about that in weekly meetings. We wouldn't be outsourcing that to Kayla and whatever team she's from. I think, Matt, it's a sign of desperation. I've had multiple people on Take the Stage, Mark Winter, Tom Erb. We have Justin Usselton from Aviante, all talking sales in the last 2 to 3 months. And the common thing that I'm hearing is it takes 2 to 3 times the effort for about half the success. And this is not the effort I need in my life. This is not the effort that we need to be going down. Now, I'm all for texting a former client. I'm all for texting somebody you know and saying, hey, want to grab a coffee, want to chat? Hey, how are things? Adrian over at Rolling, good friend of the show. I text him all the time. I know him, though. I've earned the right to text him. I've earned the right to talk to him. I think you cross a line when you start bringing in just randomly texting somebody from a sales standpoint. You said obtrusive, intrusive, whatever the word was. I get out of here. Don't text me.
I'm interested the 2 to 3x to get half the results.
Yeah.
Is that 2 to 3x of good marketing?
It's gotta be. Bad marketing's not going to do anything.
I'm just trying to figure out, because that multiplying stinks. It's 6.
Sure.
The wrong way.
Sure.
So then I'm even thinking, okay, if it's 2 to 3x and getting half the results of if you're doing things correctly, this example, you have another example if you want to share it,
Sure.
is bad marketing. It's going to be even more than that. It's going to be 4, 5, 10x to get those same half results, or 2 to 3x to get a 10th, a 20th of those results.
The other example, somebody reached out and said, I have a client who I think would be an excellent guest for your, in quotes, recruitment podcast. Can you let me know the best way to send along information to see if there's a good fit? I could see that this person from another marketing agency. This sort of outreach does nothing for me either. Tell me who the guest is. Don't hide it. Honestly, it sounds very, very PR-ish, but just cut to the chase. And putting recruitment podcast in quotes means that I know you're sending this to everybody else who has a staffing podcast. Respectfully, get out of here. It's Matt. Part of me feels like we see automation tools. We see the easy button. Let's buy a list of marketers, or let's buy a list of warehouses in Buffalo, New York. Great. Now let's buy AI so we can text all of these people because we can run it through systems and find out decision makers' phone numbers. And then, let's get their email addresses so we can send them emails too. And now our sales team, who doesn't know how to sell, doesn't have to do anything, but we're automating it and we're creating all these touch points, but they're nonsense touch points. No one wants to work with companies like this. So yes, we're making sales activities, but they're not good. And if anything, they're hurting the brand more than helping. In Kayla's respect, it's probably not hurting the brand because I don't even know who the heck they are. So it didn't help or hurt. But it's so interesting to me that times are tough across the board. It's harder to sell outside of staffing, in staffing. It's just harder to sell. We're a more educated buyer. We're a more educated decision maker. In the solution, instead of relationship building and what we know works in sales, having a consultative approach, you have a problem, great, I have a solution, let's talk. We're just spamming people. Mm-hmm. Where do you want to go with this, man? I'm frustrated about the shorts that aren't showing up, and I'm frustrated about getting spammed with email and worse, text.
Sales is getting harder, and it just seems like something else you've told me is you're on a lot of sales calls, you talk to clients, you talk to prospects. They're putting in automation, want to put in automation, find the easy button. And when you said that, I thought about something you said earlier. We talked like maybe last week or something. Companies just want the leads right there. The qualified good leads.
Yeah.
They just want them in the inbox like today. The hustle and the grind it doesn't seem to be there. And we're not saying you have to go out there and knock on 1,000 doors and make 1,000 phone calls. It should be smart marketing.
Of course.
It can very easily be smart marketing. We're not saying it has to be just hard as it can be to get an order. Smart marketing can work here. So that's what I'm hearing is just, it goes back like our co-CEO David Stearns has said, it's been order taking for years.
Right.
And now it's not order taking, and we don't have good process to sell, and people just don't want to and are throwing their hands up, and it's trending slowly the incorrect way.
Yeah, you make a good point of not knowing how to sell or not having the process in place, not having the system. There are some incredible consultants in the industry that offer coaching on how to come up with that system. We had Tom Urban take the stage who gave you some takeaways on how to create that system. You can go back and listen to that episode. But Matt, if selling at its foundation is providing something to somebody else who has a need, and whether you're selling lemonade on the corner to somebody who is thirsty, or you're selling staffing services, or you're selling B2B marketing support or whatever it might be, there has to be a need. And in the case of all the examples that I just shared, none of those facilitate any need that I have right now. And anybody who knows anything about me or takes 5 minutes to watch any of my LinkedIn videos or sees any of my tweets or whatever it might be, listen to 5 minutes of this show. In 5 minutes, you'll learn what's on my mind. It's not hard. So that's where I feel like we get away from ourselves. And I can tell very easily when it's automation and when I know you don't actually know who I am. So I guess my takeaway, Matt, selling in 2024, double down on relationship building, double down on getting to know people, double down on getting to know your prospects. Where do they hang out? What do they like? What are they interested in? Build relationships. Yes, at the end of the day, we're trying to sell. I get it. You want to grow. You want to grow your business. You want to sell staffing services. And I know a lot of these examples are outside staffing, and that's okay. Trying to bring a full circle. Build and strengthen the relationship first, and then let everything else fall into place. Matt, anything else, or you want to go to segment 2?
I'm ready for segment 2.
Segment 2, Matt, I want to talk about candidate marketing, and I got off of our segment list here, so give me 1 second. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see me aimlessly scrolling on my phone. If you're listening via podcast, we appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Matt, we want to talk about, in segment 2, why saying I need application submittals isn't really a viable goal. I've been on quite a few calls this week, and things are kind of starting to shift for some clients where they no longer need the orders, they need candidates. You're shaking your head. Yes, you're seeing that too?
We've gotten great English. We have received at least, we have a lead source in the back end of the Haley Marketing Career Portal for clients. They can click on something and say, do I need candidates, etc. We've received 3 of those in the last 7 days.
Okay.
That hasn't been happening. Like, I don't know if we received 3 in a month or even a couple of months.
Interesting.
Something is starting to change. I also had a client in Florida who does professional placement, cut their budget beginning of May, and this is now middle of May, and she just emailed me literally today and said, we got to bump our budget back up. Admin was down for 6 weeks. Now it's coming back.
Good.
We're hoping it's a trend.
Yeah.
So signs are, it's interesting. It just, like you said that, Brad, like light bulb, like we're receiving marketing inquiries. I've seen a couple budgets going up that aren't just healthcare. Maybe it's changing a touch.
So I had a call the other day. Someone said, when I very clearly said, well, what's the goal for the next quarter? Where are you headed? What are you looking to do? Drive applications. And the conversation I wanted to bring here, Matt, is, well, from who and where and how? When we say we just need applications, that to me is the same as saying, my lower back hurts. It's not troubleshooting the actual problem, right? You're giving me the symptom. We need applications. Okay, yes, we all do. We are in a business of putting people to work in great opportunities. Until the end of time, as long as this industry exists, you will need some sort of application process. Someone will need to say, I want that job, or you directly recruit them. Okay, got it. But to say we need applications, to me, isn't the right conversation, because we need to know how to get them. Are we targeting passive applicants? Are we targeting active candidates? Are you not getting enough applications? Are you getting the wrong applications? What is really the root cause of the issue, Matt, is critical, I think, in understanding, well, what are we going to do to fix it? And again, I think that lower back challenge is really a good analogy. Pain in your body usually isn't indicative of where the pain is starting. It's sort of a symptom of where it's going to show itself.
You brought in a medical analogy. I wasn't prepared for back pain today.
Yeah, me either. It's because my back's tight.
Goodness gracious. Maybe it is. Stretch those hamstrings. But let's focus on the candidates and just seeing more candidates. It can be more smart. It can be more tactical. And just having a really good plan there can help. So
yeah,
I just need more candidates should probably be, I need 50 more warehouse workers. I need 20 more registered nurses. And then we can probably break it down further to what percentage should come from what source. Is it active candidates? Is it people on assignment? Is it referrals? Yeah. Is it the database? And go from there.
We need to have the strategy in place, right? So we're talking about the end symptom. I need applications. What's the strategy to get there? And then ultimately the tactics. We've talked about the roadmap analogy 1,000 times to give you something different than back pain. If you want to take your family to Disney World, that's great. How are you going to get them there? What date? What's the plan to get there? The tactic, right? All of that, it matters. So when we think about assessing how we're going to drive applications, friends, I would challenge you this week to think about all of the ways that you receive a single application, and then work through whether or not they're quality applications. And then figure out if any part of that process needs to be improved. Are you getting applications from active job seekers? Great. Are you getting applications from passive job seekers? Are you directly recruiting passive job seekers? Are you getting the wrong applications? Are you in nursing and you're getting welding applications? Well, then where is that process broken? Are you getting too many applications and your team's inundated with applications and you can't do anything with them? That's just as bad as getting 0 applications in my mind. So where is the main problem? And then think about how you can fix it. Matt, I had a client today say that they were thinking about cutting Indeed spend. Throw that at you. Quality isn't there. Pricing's going up. Had a very concrete conversation about, Brad, what do you think we should do? What would you do in that situation if someone asked you that question, Matt?
I'm starting to hear more about the combination
and insert Indeed in any career board or career portal.
Job board.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it, if the quality is the same or not getting better or getting worse, staying the same, and prices are going up.
Yeah.
Companies have been really evaluating expenses we're in May, maybe 12 months, maybe a little less, like really, really evaluating expenses. So that combination is not good.
Yeah.
If you're the top job board in the world, I'd say that's cut 15% of their workforce a year ago at this time and 8% of their workforce again this week, not doing R&D, not doing anything to have new products and my teams actually talked about this. I'll get back to where you were, where if the top job board in the world is cut 20% of its workforce in the last 12 months, shows us what's going on in the industry.
Yeah.
If I was reducing that spend, I would take a look and say, okay, if I was getting really, really tactical and granular, data driven, it's going to be numbers. It's going to be how many people do I need to place for my open orders? Where am I going to get them from?
Yep.
And go about it that way. What's the lowest cost to give me the quality candidates? And is it a job boards? Is it referrals? Is it passive candidates? Whatever. And I go about it that way. We're really digging into the quality candidates over here. We're doing some internal innovations days, we call them, to redefine products. And the quality's gotten so far that I've reached kind of my breaking point that we've got to do more and not just throw money at the job boards. And what can you do to really, really do recruitment marketing, not just job boards?
It's probably a mic drop moment for you, but I'm with you. If we're spending money in the wrong places, we need to have a hard look in the mirror and figure out why we're spending that money in the first place. In my mind, there are a lot of job boards where our industry feels they're necessary evil. We need to give you $1,500 a month because our competitors are doing it or everybody else is doing it. And that's just what we do. Matt, I think we're going to see a lot more people taking a stand and saying, I have the courage to evaluate quality and sort of throttle that. Go. You want to go.
So we haven't talked about this.
Yeah.
We haven't used this term in a while. So if you're playing at home, table stakes is something kind of jumped into my head I have a lot of thoughts going through my head. If we pull off the job boards, however, we got to make sure we have ways to get to candidates, because if they don't see our jobs on job boards, do they think we've closed the doors?
Right.
Like we've talked about marketing in recessions. If you're not marketing in recession, or when your times are tough for you, people could think you've closed the doors. They forget about you. You're not top of mind. Yep. Indeed is a way to stay top of mind with active job seekers. Not the only way.
Right.
ZipRecruiter, the job boards are not the only way. But if you do that, the strategy and tactics have to be there for you to stay in front of active job seekers.
What are those other tactics?
Well, it's where are people spending time?
Right. Marketing 101. Where are the fish and go to that pond?
So if we really, and then it's a difficult balance, because if it's social media, which is where they're probably spending time, if it's streaming ads, if it's in the real world, if it's email, if it's, if they're in your database and you're texting them, we can get in front of them. One of the great things about the job boards, Indeed, ZipRecruiter being two, other ones, there's plenty out there.
Yeah.
It's super easy to apply on them.
Yeah, I am hesitant to say, and I haven't really formulated this take yet, though. I am hesitant to say you should remove your job board spend and go to a site like Facebook. I'm hesitant to say that.
Yep.
Matt, I know what some of these huge brands are spending on sites like Facebook, and to compete in that water, it's a rowboat against a cruise ship. Wow, where did that analogy come from? But it's very, very, very difficult. And on a site like that, where there's intent to find your job, I get it. I get it. But I think we need to have the courage to at least begin evaluating. And Matt, to your point, understanding table stakes in 2024, we got to make good decisions. Go. I'm cutting you off again.
The best way is probably look at your placements, look at where they're coming from, and make the best data-driven decisions there. Like where are you getting those candidates that you're placing? How much is it costing for a quality candidate or a placement or a send out, whatever the metric is. Quality is different for everyone, which is why it's difficult. It's different if Matt had a staffing agency. It's different if Brad had a staffing agency.
Sure.
More than likely. So I'd really look at those numbers and then create the strategy, the financial strategy, essentially, but also the marketing strategy around that.
Let me ask you this, Matt. I'm the owner of Brad's staffing firm, and I don't know how to evaluate where my best quality is coming from. How could somebody like you or your team help?
You can reach out to us. We can chat. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. But I think your company can do this. I think step one is looking at the placements you have, looking at the people you have on assignment, and making sure you know how your company acquired them, their resumes. Acquired sounds really bad, but how they got in touch with your company.
And that's a simple question during the screening process, right? How'd you hear about us? I know our sales team does that. I think that's question one is how'd you hear about Haley Marketing? On the candidate side of things, maybe it's not on that actual application as a line item, but when you're having a conversation with somebody candidly, hey Matt, how'd you hear about Brad's staffing firm? What brought you in? What brought you in today? Ask that question. And then as Matt's saying, track that data.
We went pretty deep there. That was a good conversation. I don't have much else.
They've been getting better, buddy. I think the more that we, honestly, I think the more we plan less, which sounds counterintuitive, the better they get, because we kind of just take them where we want to go. That's our show. And thank you for listening to another episode of InSights. If you found this episode valuable, we would love to know. You can message Matt or Brad on LinkedIn to share your thoughts. If you have a question for us, you could tweet us at Haley Marketing or email info@haleymarketing.com. And of course, if you need a hand with your recruitment or digital marketing, we'd love to help. You can email info@haleymarketing.com and be sure you tell them that InSights sent you. For my podcast partner, Matt Lozar, this is Brad Bialy. We'll see you next time.